All right, from Big Chungus, can the Falcons make a run at the playoffs? They are in the midst of one, kind of, sort of. Again, the 7 seed brings in a lot of extra competition. I mean, the Falcons, Panthers, Vikings, Seahawks, Niners, Bears are all game out of it. So, yes, they can. If I had to gamble right now, I would say no, the Falcons end up not making it in the postseason. From Goalie Guy, should the Falcons bring back Matt Ryan next year? I'd probably lean toward it because what else are you going to do? I think that Ryan returning for one more year fits the Falcons and probably Matt Ryan's own best interests. Matt Ryan can still be a really good quarterback. Is he peak Matt Ryan anymore? No, probably not. I don't think that's a really high outcome situation. But yeah, I would bring him back and try to win with Arthur Smith, because that was the whole point of drafting Kyle Pitts, opposed to a quarterback. You want to win right now. I think that's the goal with Matt Ryan. From Goon Squad 420. Wow. Are you worried at all about Calvin Ridley long term? Clearly Ridley is dealing with some mental health stuff right now, and the number one priority there is for that to get sorted out, that to get fixed, and for him to get in a good place as a person. That's the number one priority for Ridley and for the Falcons. So I think at some level, yeah, you do have to kind of be a little bit concerned from that perspective. You have to be aware of hopefully he ends up being okay. Now, I hope and think that he will be okay. I think that ends up being the situation for Calvin Ridley. Hopefully that does remain the case. So I hope he ends up okay. I'm not concerned about it at this point, but we'll have to wait and see.
This next one's coming in from Barrett B49. What up, Barrett B? Who's the most underrated team right now? So this is actually a pretty good question here. In terms of what exactly is an underrated team, I'll say a team that nobody is really thinking about because they've lost a few games and they're 3-5. I'm going to throw out the team, the Seattle Seahawks, who they're about to get back Russell Wilson. You can make the argument that they're the worst team in that current division. But at 3-5, do not sleep on Seattle for making a late playoff push, because if Russ is in the game, they're at least going to have an opportunity. If somebody wants to give me another team name, I might throw out the New England Patriots, who've been playing much better football. Also, the Atlanta Falcons. They're sneaky 4-4, and if they beat Dallas this week, oh yeah, get on the Atlanta hype train. Noah Dye, you're next up here on NFL Daily. What top quarterback 2022 prospect will or might go in the first round, or do you think it will be the second round? So again, quarterback prospects this year are very difficult in the draft. I would say the top 3 quarterbacks right now are probably Pickett from Pittsburgh, which blows my mind saying. Malik Willis has to be in that conversation, and then Matt Corral. Obviously, I've been eating at Golden Corral too much, but I would say all 3 of them have a shot, obviously, going in the first round, and the more and closer we get to the draft, you're going to see teams start hyping up quarterbacks, and as always, guys are going to go early. I will say this, though. The last time that I remember people talking about NFL draft classes being a weak group was, I believe, 2017. And a few quarterbacks that came out of that group were Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. And you can say what you want about Deshaun, but both of them have a lot of talent.
The Lunatic. If the NFL expands to 34 teams, which 2 cities are added? I don't know. Maybe they add an overseas team or non-USA team in some capacity. Maybe they bring back a St. Louis team. There's some legal issues there going on that I think are a bit of a problem from that perspective. So, maybe that's a route they end up trying to go in the end. From Riley Gamer, what's the best team in the NFL? The Cardinals have to be right there. They have the best record, and they took it to the Cardinals with a backup quarterback in without DeAndre Hopkins too. I think the Cardinals are the best team right now. Now, if you want to get your questions featured on any of our mailbag shows, then you got to be subscribed. Otherwise, you miss out on all of our videos here at Chat Sports. And we do these mailbags live, so got to be watching live. That's a pretty simple result right there. So sub right now if you want to join us in the future for more live NFL mailbags. From Jillian, who do you think is the biggest contender in the NFC and the AFC? The buys mean a lot this year. NFC, I think there are 5 teams. Cardinals, Rams, Packers, Bucks, Cowboys. Pick one. You're probably right. AFC, Titans. Without Derrick Henry, you feel less about, but they just beat the Rams. Maybe it's the Titans. Chargers have not been consistent. The Bills, I think I'm going to go with Bills, but they lost to the Jags. The AFC, a bit inconsistent and a bit more wide open.
Now, if anybody out there wants to bet on any NFL game this week, you can do it at one place and one place only. That's with BetUS, the #1 sports book on the internet. And luckily, I'm going to pat ourselves on the back here. We got the #1 deal on the internet. Huh? Mitch, #1 deal. How do I get it? Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use promo code NFL Daily. That's going to get you 125% deposit bonus. Now, if you put down $100, you're going to get $125 for free. And for first-time BetUS users, we're also going to throw in a free NFL jersey. Yes, a free NFL jersey. So all you got to do, use the link, chatsports.com/bet. Promo code NFL Daily. We'll cycle through some jerseys that we have on stock here. And then what I want you to do is send me your account number. Send me a bet that you made because if I'm being honest, y'all, I've been struggling in the whole betting game for the last week or two, so I need to see what you guys got. Email me that jersey at chatsports.com. Then we'll figure out, your address, your size, all that little logistics there. But you got to get started with BetUS. It's for first-time users only. I always tell people, imagine a world where you could put down $100, you get $125 for free to bet with, and then on top of that, we're going to get you a Nike NFL jersey. So you're getting a hell of a deal here. Thanks to Chat Sports. So remember that. Again, email us, jersey at chatsports.com. Get a free NFL jersey, but you got to get started with BetUS. Now, Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and if I'm being 100% legit with y'all, I'm not the biggest fan of Thanksgiving food, so I want to put this one out here. What's the better Thanksgiving side? Is it mashed potatoes or is it stuffing? Please type M for mashed potatoes, or you can go ahead and type S for stuffing. If you're the kind of person that's like, you know what, man, I just like to mix everything, you can go ahead and type SM down in the comments. If I had to pick between both, I would say I would rather have good stuffing over good mashed potatoes, because I think mashed potatoes are a little bit simple personally, but both of them I usually end up passing on if I'm being 100% honest. Looking at a lot of the comments, I'm seeing a lot of S's. I do know this. Tom's favorite thing to eat on Thanksgiving is mashed potatoes, which maybe that tells you a little bit more about Tom.
From Cody the GOAT, what position is the weakest in the 2022 NFL Draft? I think quarterback, from what we've had in recent years, really stands out as a not great position grouping to deal with. Top of running back is not great. I think some of the bottom, the depth is solid. I don't love the tight end class either because my boy Jaleel Billingsley was a head case for Alabama this year, which kind of sucks. I like the defensive ends. DT's a bit thin near the top, but quarterback stands out the most to me.